Sure. Actually go to that. You did mention, and for the record, you did mention that about 6 MPs. Who are these MPs?
Well, beyond even the former Deputy Attorney General, Honorable Dominic Ayini, he is being investigated over the Zwarungu market. I mean,
there's a
bizarre and inexplicable.
Okay.
The minority leader himself, Honorable John Jinapo, our MP for Akwetia, Honorable Atufosin himself, and a host of others that I could go on and on with. But these are deliberate ploys. You see, the Attorney General, unfortunately, has turned himself into a hatchet man for President Akufo-Addo and has decided...
An allegation that has been denied.
Well, of course, you don't expect him to admit it. President Akufo-Addo will not hold a press conference and say that he is witch-hunting the NDC MP. So if you expect a formal statement from him, you will never get it. But we have been around long enough to know when the government is desperate and tries these tricks. In the MPP's previous guys, they did it.
Okay.
It did not result in them staying in power forever. They were thrown out in 2008. President Akufo-Addo has become desperate. He cannot see his way clear with the governance of this country. He's engaged in terrible maladministration. There's corruption. Our economy is on the verge of collapse, as key financial institutions and experts have indicated. He is supervising nepotism on a scale never seen before. So nothing is working.
But the argument is that none of this should prevent anybody from accounting.
So how is it that how is it that when it comes to accounting, President Akufo-Addo does not hold any member of his government to account? Ajima Menu has been indicted by a parliamentary committee. If crime knows no name, if
the law is
no respecter of persons, why is the law respecting Ajima Menu? Why is it that the criminals who fabricated the story around people who are not journalists and took them to Australia as journalists, who engaged in visa fraud, are being respected by the law? How is it that A.B. Ejenimeji, the former PPA boss, who was caught on tape, engaged in acts bordering on criminality, why is the law respecting him? Why is the law respecting the boss Movimpina scandal perpetrators? Why is the law respecting the NYA former director and his deputies who breached our procurement laws with impunity? Why is the law respecting the perpetrators of the fraud? And this was stated by the finance minister himself and the energy minister then, Peter Mewu. Why is it that those who engage in that fraud are being shielded? Why has President Akufo-Addo not prosecuted Boakye Jakun for the financial loss he caused in the matter of GPGC? So President Akufo-Addo has never been interested in fighting corruption. He has never believed in the rule of law. Why? Even terrorists in his party who engaged in the acts of terror at Iowa West are now working free, despite a clear indication by the Emil Short Committee that they should be prosecuted. So the president has never been interested in fighting corruption. Indeed, yesterday, the Attorney General put out some flyers, which his propagandists shared around, containing a lot of falsehoods. One of the claims he made is that his outfit exists to ensure that corruption and losses are not incurred by the state.
Yeah.
Yet, he has not acted on any of these matters that I have spoken about. So this has nothing to do with fighting corruption or upholding the rule of law. It has any and everything to do with intimidating the opposition so that the president can have his way. But we have a message for the president. Look, we are not about to become plant accomplices in his maladministration and misrule. We will not be intimidated by this. He can arrest as many NDC MPs and prominent personalities as he wants. Nobody will stop opposing him to the hilt like we've done all these years. So we are not going to become tame accomplices in this maladministration because of this crude and cruel acts of intimidation. So we are prepared to hold the feet of this government to the fire of accountability, and no amount of persecution will change that.
I want, however, to drill down to the very case before court. And documents filed by the AG's office traces the events culminating in